We are thrilled that from this Saturday, Encounter Christian Fellowship will be reopening as church once again. It's now some 16 weeks since we were closed because of the coronavirus. We're so thankful that our people have been spared from COVID-19 and that we've been protected during all of this time. As you are aware, we've been uploading various messages onto our YouTube channel, and these have been important connection points and have hopefully continued to remind us that we are loved by an eternal God more than we can ever know. It does seem that we have become used in some way to not being at church, and some may even find it a bit of a struggle to get back into the routine again. But I'm reminded that we just don't go to church, we are the church. We're reminded that the church is not the building, rather it is the people. And so also, although this video clip will go out to many, for those in and around Victor Harbor, the Encounter Christian Fellowship will meet again as normal from this week. Not every church will be able to meet because of the spacing requirements. So we're grateful that even though we are able to come together, and even though we will be following the COVID-19 regulations, that we're able to meet even though there is an amount of space required per person and the like. We can work with that. But why should we be there? Well, here are some good reasons for coming together with other believers as soon as your church reopens. We meet together to remind each other about who and about whose we are. In a world which is offering a growing variety of viewpoints, there is one place where people can find the truth. There are so many half-truths in our world today, so much deception around us at this time in history, with lots of noises and lots of voices shouting, "Join me!" And so it's important that we determine which is the voice that we should listen to. Jesus put it like this in John 10:27. "My sheep will know my voice and they will follow me." Now, you cannot know the Master's voice unless you practice listening for and to it. And one of the reasons that we meet together with each other, with other Christians, is to listen to his word for us for this day. We also gather for discipleship, that is, to get an understanding of what we're being called to. And then as we return to our homes, it's as though we are being scattered as salt and light out into the world as missionaries, right where we live. We read in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 5, verses 14 to 16, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father." The church is like a lighthouse, shining the light, indeed warning of danger in a dark world. We also meet to remind each other that we are facing unsettled times, but it's temporary, and that even now, as you read the end of the story, there is ultimate victory through Jesus Christ. We do, however, need to be reminded of our fragility. We like to think that we're unbreakable, but the real truth is, as someone once said, life is fragile. Handle with prayer. We're just passing through this world. We are not here forever. We do not know how long we're here for, so focus your thoughts upon the eternal rather than the now. Psalm 90, verse 12, puts it like this, beautifully. "Teach us to realize the brevity of life, so that we may grow in wisdom." Who doesn't want to be wise? So along with that thought and keeping a balance, we're also encouraged to live purposefully and with integrity in the here and now. Ephesians 5:15 and 16 capture it well and remind us how we should live. So be careful then, it says, how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do. So unless we're meeting together with other faithful people, our perspective of life is in danger of becoming quite narrow and very self-focused. We can easily become blind to our own blindness. When we're not meeting with others, we are likely to minimize our own failings and focus upon others. Oh yes, it does happen. I don't know about for you, but it does for me. Being in community gives us a broader picture, a bigger picture. Remember that quotation from Proverbs: iron sharpens iron. As we know and often talk about, the church isn't a building or a set of programs. It's not what we do. It's a family. It's who we are. There's a family with spiritual fathers and sons and mothers and daughters. It's a body where those with needs are able to find help and where generous ones can cheerfully contribute. In this family, each member's participation and contribution are essential for the whole body to thrive and indeed for it to function. Each of us have spiritual giftings, and it's only when we meet together that the body is complete. Real family loves unconditionally. When we fall, others are there to pick us up, to brush the dust off, to set us back on our way again. That's family. We're in a real family as a church. Most of us love the thought of getting together with our own nuclear families, but there's something special about meeting together as a church family. Oh yes, in families there are sometimes disagreements and struggles, but as Christians we must always remember this, that this family is not about what we can get out of it, rather it's about what we can put into it. A church family that is pressing into Jesus is forced to trust God for his presence, his power, and his provision. The church gathers together as a reminder that we can only experience fruitful mission when we're a part of and drawing nourishment from the true vine. And we read about that in John 15. His word is our daily bread. He keeps us functioning. So let us not become complacent. It would be so easy to do that. We haven't met as a church for some time now, but we've kept going. And I've been quite encouraged as I've heard about people checking up on others, generally looking after them, looking out for them, and making sure that people are okay. We've been kept alive through rations from YouTube, the sermons, and they've filled the gap quite well, but now it's time to reconvene, to come together again, to gather as the people of God. It's time to determine that the opportunities that are before us have been given to us on trust from Jesus. And so as we meet together to build one another up in faith and steadfastness, well, we know that we're not doing any of this on our own. There are many good things that you and I could do that would hinder us from meeting together with the people of God. But let me suggest this to you, that this week you set an alarm, even in the middle of the afternoon, with a purpose to join together in worshipping God in a local church where you're able to. I promise you that as many reasons as there might be to not go, there are even more reasons to trust God, commit, and to be there every week. May God bless you in every way, and I'll see you in church.